Well, welcome to the Magically Dyed Yarns YouTube channel. My name is Sam.
And I'm Steph.
And so we talked about it. It'll be in the podcast I recorded yesterday, but that won't be posted until Friday. But Stephen West revealed his theme for his mystery knit along of this year. And I had the great pleasure of torturing my sister and having her knit along with me. So her first knit shawl.
It'll be, yeah.
And her first pretty large knitting project too. She is so excited.
See the excitement on my face.
I'm excited. It's going to be fun. If you want to hear more about our feelings about that, you can tune into Friday's episode. We will also be posting, I think the week prior to the knit along starting and kind of going over how we're feeling about everything, showcasing our colors, which will be available on Instagram, on Etsy.
Yes.
Hopefully either the end of next week or the middle of the week after.
Yeah, hoping next week.
But we'll see how life goes. We have a holiday coming up, so
yeah, that's true.
That means our kids are off school and we have to entertain them.
Adjust
to that schedule. And we also have
it's gonna be hot out, so I'm gonna be in my pool. If it stays hot, I will probably be in the pool next week.
It is cold today. It is like a high of 62 today.
But then by next week, Tuesday, it's supposed to be a high of 93. So welcome to Wisconsin. This is pretty typical for us, though.
So we thought it'd be a fun idea to do a reaction video, kind of, to Stephen West's kits that he put together. So I did see one spoiler on Instagram this morning.
And I kind of half looked when she was pulling up the video. So
but there's only so much we can do to stop spoilers.
Yes.
We did our best. So we're just going to talk about it. I'm going to have the video somewhere in the bottom of the screen. So that way you guys are seeing what we're seeing, see what we're reacting to. And then at the end, we're going to kind of talk about our plans for the colors that we think we're going to dye up.
Yeah.
And those plans can always change.
I would say that would probably change depending on how I'm feeling that day.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And I'm going to now put my password into my computer again because it shut down. Oh, no, it didn't. Cool. Okay. Dang, it's a long video. It's 23 minutes.
And an ad. So
Of course there's an ad.
I'll be talking about what I'm making.
Oh, and we are knitting while watching this.
Okay.
Ooh. Why is this halfway through? Well, I did not watch it.
Ready to see this
Think she's
year's
lying.
Mkal kits. It's the Mkal 2023, the new mystery shawl called Geogradient. It's going to be a geometric explosion
I wonder if it was playing while we were
gradient.
talking.
Oh, sure.
What does that look like?
Oh, because it'll like
It's
it.
going to
the
be
preview
a
where,
color
like, starts
series
playing the
of
video.
light to dark. You're going to need
Okay,
four
light to
colors,
dark.
100 grams of each color.
So it's only 4 this year. So the past 2 years
And
it's
the
been
Geogradient
5.
is going to go light with color A all the way to dark with
Okay.
color D. So when we're talking about gradients for this year's Mkal, that means 4 different colors that crescendo in color. They
Those are very
increase in
solid
saturation
They are very
from
fun.
light to dark.
I actually really like those ones.
So we're going to be making
Except for that, I don't
our
like-
own
You can't wear those
gradient.
colors.
It's
No.
very different from those color
just
changing
fun. Like,
yarns
I
that
feel
do the
like
work
that,
for
like,
you.
coppery
We're
one
going to
is
use
too-
each color
it's
It's
like
like
the
identical
same
as
color
my
as your
hair.
hair.
to dark to make our own beautiful gradient.
Yes, it does look like
So
my
I'm
hair.
going to show you all
I was
of the
right, by the
kits
way.
that we'll have at
Geogradient.
Stephen and Penelope.
Hair gradient.
They will launch
I know.
at 4 p.m. Amsterdam time on September 2nd. So
So his
Saturday,
kits are going
September
live for
2nd,
purchase
4 p.m.
on
Amsterdam
Saturday.
time. I'll put a time converter link down below so you can see what time zone that is where you are. But get the
Using,
kits, they fly pretty
Amsterdam.
quick,
Yeah.
and you can use any yarn to participate in the knit along. But we put all these beautiful Mkal kits
Ooh, I'm
together
being yelled
for
at.
you for the Geogradient.
That's our good morning
So this
song.
is one of our Mominoki kits called the Brick Gradient, and it goes from this light color to the dark. So you're going to see some of these gradient kits with different colors, and that's one way to build your gradient from light to dark is have a taupe and an orange and a brick and a burgundy color. So
I
you
do
could
love
have
that
different
burgundy
colors
color.
in your
So
gradient
pretty.
kit or your gradient
I like
color
his sweater.
choices.
I like this
Or your
stuff on the
palette might
side.
look something like this.
Oh,
You could
I like
stick
that
in
one.
the same color family.
That
This
was
is the
that
mocha
would be what I would
gradient.
wear.
Stick in one color family, light
It looks
to
like
dark,
that first skin
and
has
that'll be a
speckles on it.
really smooth, harmonious.
Look at the top.
Oh yeah.
color
It looks-
selection. So let's take a look
Sorry,
at
I
our
can hear
kits.
kids
Lots of
singing.
hand-dyed kits,
It's
some
their good
partially
morning
dyed
song.
kits, and we're going to get started with Mominoki, one of my favorite yarns to
I
knit
love
with.
looking at his
Here you can
stuff.
really see the variety of gradients that you can choose for the
Ooh.
Mkal. So all these kits we'll have available for
I like
you.
the blue
But you
one,
could also get inspired by these
purple
colors
one.
and build your own palette.
I like that
going
teal one in the middle
greens,
there.
neutral,
I like the bottom one, the
really
bottom
juicy
blue.
colors.
Ooh, or the dark green.
So up here, this is the fir tree gradient.
Okay,
and
I
it
like
has
that
beautiful,
one. Not as much
rich,
as the
saturated
yellow
greens
on the
and a
end,
little
but
bit of a yellowy gold
I'm just
tone
not a
to
yellow
those first
person.
colors.
I don't lean towards yellow
This is
as
the
I'm
grape
knitting the color
gradient.
yellow, but it's just a
Really
stripe.
beautiful
I love that one.
purples and a
People
little
love
bit of a
purples.
wine color.
I love gray. I
Some
love
of these
purple.
kits
Lily's
you'll
favorite
notice
color
have
is purple.
subtle speckles, but I chose mostly solid and semi-solid yarns to get crisp detail between your colors.
Okay, so
We're
I'm
going
gonna
to
try
use
to
the colors
do what I
individually,
would try to
so we
do
want to see nice crisp
my
lines in the shawl, so not too many busy speckles. A little bit is okay, but let's try to keep the contrast very crisp.
Okay.
Grape gradient.
Good hint.
This next one is the
I love
evergreen
that one.
gradient, and it's really
that
beautiful
one's
and
my favorite, I think,
harmonious
of the ones on
with
the
those
table right
pine,
there.
Yes.
fir tree kind of colors. So evergreen,
I've been really
really
into that, like,
green with a
minty green
little bit of a
too
teal
colors.
tone.
Yeah. So it
Mocha
looks good on my
gradient
hair.
is that
I do like
beautiful
that one too. It's a
neutral,
very nice
a little
neutral
bit of
palette.
warm, mostly warm
Be inclined to
overall. It
use
gets
something
a little
more
colder in these
neutral
grays,
because-
but the overall
See, I feel like I
neutral is a
wear
really
more neutral
warm,
colors,
creamy
so I would
tone.
want something to like
This
pop.
is the saffron gradient.
I don't like that.
And for you yellow lovers, this is
Not a
just
yellow
so
lover.
joyful
I like that
and a
second
little
yellow
bit
in
vintage
there, that really
inspired.
light one.
I love these
Oh,
kind
sure.
of
Not like the first
70s
one that's almost
retro
creamy.
palettes because I
Or
was
like
inspired
that,
by that kind of
lemonade-y.
mood and
Yeah.
vibe when I was designing the shawl as well. Down here we have the Sabi gradient. It's really similar to the fir tree gradient, but it's a little bit darker and more earthy in tone.
I like that one too. I do like
Really
it.
good
It's
for
just
you
it's not
earthy
something
green
I would
lovers.
wear.
Yeah.
The brick
I like that
gradient
one,
is
but I
one
feel
of my
like I would
favorites
only feel
because it's
comfortable
so
wearing it in the
juicy
fall.
and really represents
Sure.
how you can
And not in
build
the
a
spring.
gradient from light to dark using different
really pretty.
colors. This is the ocean
I
gradient
love that one.
with
That one's
the
really
beautiful
pretty. I feel like it's almost
blues,
too dark though,
and
like
it's
those last three
really
colors.
deep
Sure.
and stormy.
I like
with that
dark
light
colors, man.
denim,
I do
and
too.
then it
I feel like
quickly
Moonglow
gets
Yarn
really
Co. She had a
saturated
very
into
similar
those
set
tumultuous
that she
blues
released. That
and
was
Okay.
Table
tones.
Showers.
This light purple palette is called the Princess Gradient.
I like
Oh,
that.
It's a
I just like the
really light
name.
I think
lavender
I would
lilac
do.
tone,
I don't know
and it
about that
quickly
last one, though.
increases
I
in
want it more
saturation
purpley
to this
instead of bright.
electric purple. And I ended it with this
Yeah.
beautiful dusty gray purple
But I do love
for
the
the
dusty.
Princess Gradient. And finally, for you pink and red lovers, this
I
is
think
the
this
Sakura
is the one that I
gradient,
saw on
inspired
Instagram
by
this
cherry
morning on
blossoms.
Okay.
So it starts
do
really
really like
light
that
and
one.
neutral, really playful
Yeah, I like the
and
pink
flirty
one. I
pinks,
couldn't wear
and then
it.
it
I
gets
don't.
dramatic
I have a shirt
with
actually
those
that I almost
beautiful
wore today
red
that's
and wine
color, but it doesn't look
tones
great
for the
on me.
Sakura gradient.
Yeah.
These are our beautiful kits from Punk Rock
Ooh.
Unicorn. So you neon lovers are going to get some
Ooh.
really exciting
Okay, I like that
color
blue one.
palettes
It was
with
this
that
pink
neon
one that I
yellow
saw.
Okay.
and these neon peach colors.
Because I had an
So starting up
idea.
here, this is the Atlantic gradient for you
Okay.
blue lovers. Really
I do
bright,
like that
very
one. Those look more
vivid,
tonal
and blue,
than
blue, blue,
semi-solid.
blue.
Yes, those.
This
yeah.
is the sunny gradient with these beautiful yellows. It starts really calm and increases into the honey tones.
I don't know how I feel about that with
The
that neon
Houdini
right there.
gradient
I
is
love
very
this
neutral
one, though.
with a
That
little bit
is
of that purple
so
tone.
pretty.
And this is a
Yes.
good way to use those speckled yarns. You can have some subtle speckles, but it's really nice to mix them with semi-solids. So you get nice, crisp, clear definition between
I
each
like that
color.
a lot.
I do too.
The peach gradient is
That
one of
one's
my
pretty.
favorites.
That one's
It's
so pretty.
so vibrant and really light and creamy.
Maybe
And
it
it
was that
starts
first one I
very
liked,
light
but I like
and
this one too.
increases into a very intense, saturated neon peach. This is the velvet gradient. Very
I like how
full
it's like-
autumnal colors, and I just love
They're all different
these
colors. They're not the
warm,
same. Like they're the same
juicy
color
berry tones
palette,
so
but
much
they're not
in the
the
velvet
same
gradient that I took
color.
these
Yeah.
last two colors and also
makes
made
sense.
a lipstick gradient.
Oh,
Yeah.
So for
that's
you red
cool.
lovers, this lipstick gradient
like that
is
last
going
color,
to
that
be
really
high
dark,
intensity,
deep,
really
yeah.
dramatic, and
I don't
full
know.
of saturation.
No, I'm so bad with coloring.
Lastly,
I-
this witchcraft gradient is full of greens, very
That one's
mossy. It starts really light and ends really dark.
That one's
with
pretty.
that witchcraft
That was just
colorway.
fun.
Or this is the bottle green colorway. And one of these greens, this is the witchcraft, this green. So the witchcraft gradient is really yummy and foresty and
I
very
like
high
that,
contrast.
that third green.
One thing missing
That's
from this
my thing.
palette, I think, are intense purples. So we have a very secret surprise. Those of you that love purples, especially intense purples, there's going to be a surprise mystery gradient called the Purple Mystery Gradient from Punk Rock Unicorn. So you'll find that at the Punk Rock Unicorn page for the kit launch. So if you really
I am
want a
gonna have to go
surprise
look at it
package,
now.
I
and you want
know.
me to select the
Oh, it's
purples
probably not
for
going to show you.
you have to
Probably
love
gonna
purple.
buy
Maybe
it.
I'm
There's
supposed
gonna be a
buy
purple
it.
mystery
I'll have to like
gradient
search the
to
hashtag.
complement all these other
Someone's
colors.
gonna buy it.
So what are those colors going to be? You'll find out when you open your package.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
choose
when you
the
open the
purple
package.
mystery gradient.
I want to know. Don't do
Otherwise,
that to
you can
me.
choose Atlantic,
Like, I'm not
Sunny,
gonna buy it.
Houdini, Peach, Lipstick, or Witchcraft for those punk rock unicorns.
So they make
Super soft
Instagram
to knit
tags.
with, and the yarn really feels like velvet.
Oh, I want to take a look on
when you
their
knit with it.
Instagram page.
Take a
look
look
on
at these beautiful La Bien-Aimée Mkal kits.
I
love
love
working with
her colors.
LBA
They're
because they
so
dye
good.
so many of their colors to work so harmoniously with other tones.
Oh, I like that one.
So this is the
That
super
pink
soft
one
base.
is so pretty.
It's a really generous yardage with over 425
I
yards.
like-
or there's 425
I
meters
think I like
and
a similar
465
colored
yards.
tonal. Like, I think
so
that's
well over
kind of narrowing it
400
down.
in
I
each
want
skein, and it's applied yarn.
colors that
so
are
it's
like that
nice
one,
and
where it's
crisp
just a
with really
true
good stitch definition.
gradient, starting with a
and
very
the
light one.
Morinoki and Punk
So
Rock
what we could
unicorn
do though
yarns
is
I
if
showed
we have
are
a
also
dye powder
plied.
that like you
So
love
that
the
means
color
it's
of,
really
we could
great
do
for
it, like,
texture
the depths of
and really
shade.
long
Yeah.
We could do like a
lasting
0.25,
as you knit
5,
and wear
1,
it.
and a 2.
I think that's
starting
what
up
I'm
here
I'm
is
leaning
the yellow
towards.
gradient with those iconic
I'm
LBA
debating
yellow
something
colors,
now.
really neon
We
into
have a
the
color
really
palette
flashy sunny
I
colors
love.
and the
Okay.
gold and brown. So this is the yellow
But-
gradient. We have
try
the
to- I
lush
just-
gradient for you green lovers. Really beautiful saturated greens. Sari gradient with that neon pink and beautiful deep pink
Really pretty.
leaning into red
I like this
tones.
next one, but again, I feel
This
like
is
those
the
last three
royal
are too dark.
gradient.
It's too dark,
It's really
I think, but
saturated
it's
and
so
very
that one to
subtle
me.
with those deep tones. So if
See,
you're working
that
with colors
cosmic
that
green
are
one
a
we were
little bit
talking
close
about,
together
That's
like
what
this,
it would be,
you
except
want
for
to
with
make
that
sure they're
dark,
very
that
solid,
second dark
so
purple,
you still
it would have
see
been like
some
a
nice,
navy.
crisp
Yeah. So you could
details
still
in
do
the
like what I
design.
was thinking
The royal gradient,
of like
Vespa
a
gradient
color to
for
color
you icy
gradient.
blue
Yeah.
lovers. We always
As
need
long
to
as
have
you
some good
concur.
neutrals. So these are La Bien-Aimé's beautiful cold grays. This is the Direwolf
I do love
I
grays.
just feel like I wear
starting
too much
very
gray and black.
stony and ashy, going really deep into the charcoal black gray tones.
Okay.
This is the Ecto gradient, another
That one's
green option,
fun.
inviting a bit more of those silvery tones with the neon
It's just
blast. Ecto
interesting.
gradient.
Yeah, I wouldn't wear it.
Dawn gradient
This
is
is my favorite.
really
I
subtle.
That's
love.
beautiful.
So if you don't want a really high contrast type of shawl, you can go really soft and subtle like this, but make sure your yarns are very solid, semi-solid, so that you still see those individual
I will probably,
tones.
I
For the
couldn't do
dawn
anything
gradient.
so close together. I think
Rust
I'll need
gradient,
the
this is for you
contrast to
autumn
help
lovers.
me see the
This is
differences.
yeah.
so quintessential
So that's another thing that
fall
I'm
colors.
going to take
It's
in
a
consideration
beautiful
while I'm
collection
dyeing up colors.
of
Is
those autumn
I maybe
tones,
have to do
the
a
rust gradient,
color, like
and
a
finally for you
bright
purple
color to
lovers,
darker
we have
color
the
gradient.
anemone gradient, named
That's
after that beautiful
That's
lavender
pretty.
tone. Nice, soft
We could always dye up
neutrals
on
with
minis
some
first
power
before we do
purples.
full thing.
Anemone
Sure.
gradient.
Just make sure we like it.
Here we have some beautiful ching fiber and undercover otter yarn options for you. I wanted to keep it really light and creamy with ching fiber because the base is a single ply base and it's one of our softest
I have a
merino
single ply yarn,
yarns.
but I only have one
So if you
skein of it,
really
and I have
like
no
that
idea
buttery
what to do with
soft
it.
next to the
Oh, 'cause
skin
you got it in that
quality,
set thingy.
that
Yeah, I
single
did a
ply
mystery set
dashing
where I got
sassy
3,
yarn
so it's all
is going to be your
fingering
best
weight.
friend.
But
This
only
is the
one skein is a
champagne
single ply, and I
gradient.
don't know what
It's
to do with it.
really buttery soft and goes into these honeycomb tones. I just
Like,
love
see, I like that
the
kind of
warm
gradient
glow that that kit has.
Yeah,
where it's
We
all
have
within
a
the same,
pastel
but I don't
purple.
know.
This is the floating gradient. Floating.
I like that one, but I feel like
Really
there's not enough
light
contrast.
into the
I agree.
soft, dusty
I feel like, what
purples.
about this light green
The
one too?
sage gradient
Yeah, the sage one.
I love
welcomes
sage,
those
though.
light
I know, but
sagey
I
greens.
just feel like there's not enough.
Really light and creamy, very silvery
It's
sage.
beautiful,
The
don't get me
sage
wrong,
gradient. This intense green gradient is called turtle. It's that
Oh,
beautiful,
I could-
like
yeah,
ninja
that's a good name for it.
turtle-inspired colors. I just love the electricity that these greens have, and it's a beautiful chartreuse as well. The turtle gradient, and then over here for you pink lovers, this is
I
called
do
the
like this
miracle
one a lot.
gradient.
I like that end one.
Nice peachy pinks with some rosy tones as well. This base below is applied yarn. If you haven't knit with this yarn, it's called Eventide, and it's from Undercover Otter, hand-dyed by Aiden here in Amsterdam, and it's a custom
love
base
their
at
name,
Stephen and
I know, I was
Penelope.
just
And
thinking
if you
the
haven't knit
same
with this
thing.
yarn, it is so smooth,
that
so
blue, though, is so
heathered,
beautiful.
very dimensional because
The
it has
teal
this
one or the
gray
dark
yak
blue?
fiber.
Actually, both of them,
So
but I
all
wear
the
a lot of
colors
teal.
are heathered and have that yak undertone with that smoky gray base.
That green's pretty too.
So this is the silver gradient. It's a cool toned with some blue silver colors in there. Really nice and neutral. The outer space gradient blasting off
I like
into outer
that.
space with these intense
like that
blues, but they all have that really nice shadowy silver tone as well. This is the growing gradient
Oh,
for
cute.
you green lovers. Necromantic is a
I like
pink,
that one.
purple, electric blue,
I like
purple
that
mix.
one.
Really
That one's
fun.
fun.
And then
That
the
one is
rosemary
awesome.
gradient for you green blue
Cute.
lovers. These are some of my
I like the
favorite
blue
colors
one,
from
the
Undercover
far
Otter.
end one.
That gorgeous
You
green
can't just see the blue
and
one. You
that
have to like
aqua
1, 2, 3, or
turquoise
4.
blue.
4.
Okay.
Super fun. You're going to see a
So
light
the
to
dark
dark
teal one.
Yes.
gradient
Always dark
transition
teal. I
with the
just like dark
rosemary
teal,
gradient.
guys.
I like that color too.
Both of these yarns
That
are
one
really
looks really nice
soft,
on me, too.
and each of
Yeah.
these bases are custom bases for Stephen and Penelope. So extra special, the Dashing Sassy, the Eventide. Save those names of the kits and pick your favorite few kits so that you can have some options for September 2nd's kit launch. Life in the Long Grass has such a nature-inspired
Ooh.
palette, so you're going to find lots of subtle
Excuse me,
kind of
itch my nose.
gradients in this collection. I used Life in the Long Grass singles for my Aurora cabin shawl, and I just love the singles
Oh my
yarns
gosh.
because it's so drapey.
That's
and
so
even when
many
you have
color
texture,
changes.
we don't know what's going to
Just
happen in this year's
like
Mkal, but there's going to be some
He has,
detail. There's going to
he
be
has a
some
tutorial. He's got
crispiness
his own
going
like
on,
weaving
and with
his,
that
like,
singles
it's called
base, you
weaving
get that drape,
season.
but also
Okay.
that beautiful, crisp,
Just look it up.
single-ply
It's really
clarity
easy
in
to
the
do.
stitches. So I loved my Aurora cabin, so I brought back a lot of my favorite nature-inspired colors from Life in the Long Grass, starting with this oxidized gradient.
That's
This is
pretty.
one of the more subtle
That is
kits.
really
Do you see how the colors are quite close? This one's
Those are
going to
all
be a little bit more
sparkly, too.
blendy, and it's okay. If you want it to be more subtle, it's okay to have this many subtle speckles, but just know that it's going to be more of a mixed, blended type of shawl palette.
I
But
feel
that's
like all
okay
these
if you
color
like
gradient
things subtle.
mixed together.
Again, for the
And
solid
Really
yarns,
well.
that's going to give you the crispiest, most geometric
Guys are freaking
effect
out.
in your shawl. This is
I
the
like this one.
stone
That one's pretty.
gradient with the beautiful blues and neutrals in a
I
bit
really like all the
teal
colors in
and
that one.
dark teal colors. We have the sugar gradient, beautiful purples, deep coral gradient.
That's-
That
It's
one's
like
pretty.
a fiery red,
I like
slightly
random
orange,
color though.
but
Like,
it also
I
has
feel
these
like
pink tones
I
to
almost
it.
feel like it doesn't
So it's
belong
really
there. That
warm,
orange.
a little bit
I
of a purple
know.
red
I'd be
down
interested to
there
see
for
how
the
that
deep
looks like
coral
when it's
gradient.
into the
This
shawl.
Then we
I
have the
love
Baroque
this
gradient.
That
one.
one's beautiful.
Really soft with
I
those
like pinks. I'm probably gonna end up
beautiful,
with a pink
warm,
shawl.
kind of antique colorways.
Yeah, they do look very
Down
antique.
here we have the mythical gradient, very green and chartreuse.
Do you see us light up anytime they talk about like
This is
princesses,
the
mythical,
fire clay
anything like
gradient.
that?
Very
That was pretty too,
warm,
fire clay.
very
I like that one.
earthy.
This is my
is
favorite of
for you
this
blue
set.
lovers,
This is
the
very
Sailor
oceany.
gradient. I
Yep,
think this is my
Sailor.
favorite blue kit that we have, the Sailor gradient.
I love that
'cause
blue.
It's so
Just such
electric and
It's
really
blue.
cool,
Yes,
and the
it's
blue
very
I feel like we
tones
had a
just
color like
scream
that
out of the
in the shop at one
skeins.
Yep,
point.
They all
at
have
one
that
point.
kind of light pearlescent, kind of white undertone to the colors.
I love that
and I
one.
just love this mix of teal and blue in the final color.
Yeah, it's
For the
beautiful.
Sailor gradient,
I like
terracotta
this one.
gradient.
That one's pretty.
These are just some of my
That
favorite tones
second
from Life
color,
in the
that
Long
lighter
Grass.
pink.
So you see all these
Mhm.
pinky,
Oh,
warm
so
tones in a lot of the kits, and this is just so harmonious and beautiful. And the powder puff gradient for you pink lovers.
I like that one
A little
too.
bit of a purple
But I
pink
feel like
at the
that
end
third
there,
one
but it's
doesn't fit
really
in the
light and
set.
frosty as you
Yeah.
crescendo the colors into that
That
final
rosy one, I
statement
feel like
tone.
it doesn't fit.
Life in the Long Grass singles, really
Gorgeous, don't
soft,
get me wrong.
and I
Pretty
just
color.
love
It
how
just
Yeah, it's
doesn't
too
neutral and
bright.
harmonious
See,
all
I feel
these
like
colorways are.
they needed to
Walk
have something
Collection
else
Cottage
because that
Merino
was more
is
of a
another
dull
really soft single
Yeah.
ply
color, and the
yarn.
rest of them
And what
were
I love about Walk Collection are their immense range of solid
So they
colorways.
are do a
And they
lot
just
more.
form
Seems to be
these
most of theirs are
perfect
more of a true
gradient
like
palettes.
light to dark
I didn't have to
gradient.
work
There's
hard to
just like
put these
one
kits
that's
together
not.
because the colors do all the work. They're just made to go together, and they're going to work so beautiful for the Geogradient shawl. So up here is the orchid gradient with my favorite orchid purple.
Do
I just
love that
love
one.
those
I like
juicy
that color,
tones.
yeah.
We have a dustier version
I like
for
that
you
one.
called the Nightshade
I-
gradient.
Of course, nightshade.
Fjord gradient
Always
is
there.
for you ocean lovers, soft
Fjord.
dusty blues. And for a more electric blue, we've got this cloudy gradient.
I like that
They're
one.
a little bit more piercing in that cold blue quality. Soft for the
I feel like
fjord, a little more. Ooh,
I don't know. I had an idea,
fun
now I'm
for
just like,
that
meh.
wave
I have no idea.
gradient.
I'm gonna have to like
This is the
get
romance
some inspiration
gradient.
pictures.
It
I
has
like that one.
beautiful blushy
Pink.
tones, a little bit of coral, a little bit of pink, a little bit
I
of
think that's
light
what I'm
pink.
gonna end up with.
Very
And you keep
romantic
liking the pink ones.
I really
romance.
like the pink ones.
Succulent gradient, very cactus. Like
Ooh,
for
I do
all
like
you
that
yeah.
one. I
plant
like how
lovers and
earthy
plant
those
collectors,
colors are.
I
this
do.
is just a beautiful little plant collection in a yarn kit. Succulent, volcanic. These are very cool toned
I like those,
grays.
but I'm
Very
not gonna be knitting with black for
sophisticated,
my.
super
I don't wanna knit
ashy.
with
volcanic
I
gradient,
can't see it. 'cause I'm
sand
old.
I feel
gradient
like I wear too
for
many
you
grays
brown
to do
lovers,
a gray
a
shawl.
little bit of an orangey tone. It has a very
kinda like
brassy
that one.
caramel quality to the sand
I like this
gradient.
one too. It's mixed
This
in
is the
with
claret
that's
gradient,
pretty.
very smoky,
I like how they
super
included like a
dramatic
more
with those
variegated
oxblood
Yeah.
in
colors
there.
and a beautiful autumn glow happening right there. Claret. And this might be one of my favorites, this Malibu gradient. Again,
That
to
seems
me,
like
this
his
reminds me of
colors.
those
I would say I don't
70s
like them, but I don't
vibes,
like
which is really the
yellowy
realm I was
It's like a
thinking
yellowy
when I was
greeny.
designing the
Yeah, I don't like those
Geogradient
colors very
shawl.
much.
So very
They're just not
chartreuse,
my colors.
grungy yellow
Each his own. I
greens,
just
and a final little brassy brown finish. The first color of this is a
I
very
kind of like that
pale,
third green
buttery
though.
yellow. And it just
yeah,
brings out
well, because
those
it's got some
beautiful
mixture.
glimmering
It
tones
reminds me of the
to the
Grinch, though.
greens, the Malibu. You're going to love knitting with this yarn. It is so plump, so bouncy and plump for a single ply yarn. It really has quite a bit of loftiness compared to most other single ply yarns. This one's really special. Neighborhood Fiber Company has
Ooh.
just the most velvety soft base because it's a non-superwash base, which is quite unusual for these single ply yarns. So you're going to find
You
that
like
it's
the single
extra
ply.
cloudy and it really has that body and that liveliness to the yarn. So it's still drapey, but it has a little bit more firm density to the fabric. It's not so slinky like the other singles. It has a bit more fluff factor. So these are the beautiful kits, starting with the smoky gradient. So look at these two gray gradients. This one's more warm. It's definitely kind of taupey gray, but more of the brown warm tones.
I like that
I
one.
love
A
that,
little
really
too
neutral.
dark for me. These
And this one's
one, two, those
colder.
are too
These
dark.
cold icy silver grays. They're
They're
really
more of an
beautiful,
icy gray
really
than a warmer
semi-solid.
gray, but like I
And this
want to
one's
learn how
called
to
the
dye a
Broadway
warm gray
gradient.
Sure.
Very
without
concrete,
dyeing the dye powder
cold
for it.
tones. After that, we have
Got
the
it.
Lakeland gradient.
I like this one.
I like this
Really
is my favorite because I
beautiful
love
lake
that black
blues.
blue one.
Yeah, that one's
Lakeland.
really pretty.
This is the Bel Air gradient with the
Ooh,
greens
I like the end one too on
and
that
a
one.
really fun greeny
That one's
turquoise
fun.
Like a
color to
world.
finish that
Yeah.
crescendo of
With that blue
color.
and the green.
The Concord gradient is super grapey.
I like that last
So this has
purple.
dusty
So
purples and
bright.
greens and my
Great
favorite,
purple.
blue purple.
The blue
Yeah,
purple.
Concord gradient.
It looks very similar to like the
Ramblewood
blue purple
gradient
thing that you have on
is
your
this
Halloween.
beautiful brown with pink tones.
No, that one's a little lighter.
Ramblewood.
Okay, but it just reminds
Victorian
me of it.
gradient
I like this one too.
for the pink
Pretty.
lovers. We have Basquiat gradient.
I like the
really
first color in
orange,
that one.
Really rich
Actually,
red
I just like
orange
that. I like the
tones
set
with a little
together. It looks
splash.
really
Basquiat.
Oh, my nose.
Oliver gradient is a golden gray. It's definitely more of the brown gray tones,
Interesting.
though. Very warm. So this is a gray, but it's kind of a brown gray. That Oliver
Almost not my
gradient.
favorite.
And then finally the Remington
I like this one.
I
gradient.
like this one.
A lot of purple
pretty.
palettes to choose from because you can never have too much purple.
No,
so
I
it's hard to
agree. I
choose
love
which one
purple.
is your favorite, but that's why we put so
feel like
many
a lot
palettes
of them, they
together
look
so you can
similar.
get
Yes.
just the
They
right
all look very
tones and
similar.
just the right feeling so you can really enjoy the
We
spirit
have to
of
dye
those
by feeling my
colors.
favorite thing to do.
So write
because
down your
then she
favorite
gets
few
mad that I
colors
never
to
know
make
what,
sure
how I
you've
dyed
got
my
a few
color.
How are you gonna
selections
re-dye
for the
that?
kit
How are we
launch,
gonna dye this up
because
again?
if
If
you
Feel it.
literally just
see
decided
one
to add
pink
in a
palette,
random
if that one
color
goes
at
quickly,
the
then you
end,
have
but
some
you
other
don't
pink palettes
remember
to
how
choose
much
from.
or which color
But
it
Neighborhood
was.
Fiber Company, super soft
How she dyes.
and
That
very
is how I
lively
dye.
single ply yarn.
And then I get
So those are the
anxiety
hand-dyed kits. It's
when
a
she
lot
makes
of
me dye it
options
again.
to choose
Right,
from.
those are the
So
hand-dyed
save your
kits.
favorite kit gradient names. So on September 2nd, you can have a few options to choose from. And you're gonna find some kits that have 2 balls of each color. So our West wool now comes in 50 gram skeins.
Okay.
So
And we
if
dye
you're
in
working with
100
a yarn
grams.
that has 50 grams instead of 100 grams, you're gonna need 2 of them. So you'll see our West wool kits look like this. I think this is my kit. I'm gonna knit one of my shawls with a beautiful yellow. This is the Bianca gradient with our new yellow colorways of West
That's
wool.
something that's over.
We're gonna have some grays, this pebble gradient. Our blue teals will be this Norway
Love
gradient.
those.
So West wool bicycle is a non-superwash yarn and really crisp, solid colors. A little pickle gradient for you green lovers. Flamingo with the peachy pinks.
Yep, I like
so
that
you'll
one.
find a whole rainbow of West wool, and they all have 2 skeins of each color
I like that
because
one
they're 50
too.
grams.
That's
So
pretty.
lots of fun pinks and rainbows of colors to be had, and there'll be some Holst and Knitting for Olive kits as well. So there's definitely going to be enough kits to choose from, and just make sure you show up on September 2nd to make sure you get one of your first picks of the color palettes. Every single kit will come with the yarn, and you can get the pattern separately, the Geogradient shawl on Ravelry or westknits.com, so you get all the clue updates as we knit along in October. So we've got about a month to get our yarn picked, get your swatches going, and get excited for, I think this is the 14th mystery shawl. Can you believe it?
Oh wow, this is
And,
only going to be my
it's gonna be
third.
so much
gonna
fun
be my
as we knit along in
first.
October. And you can use any yarn you like. So I hope these kits inspire you. And if you do get one of our kits at
I
Stephen and
almost feel like
Penelope,
this would,
you'll also
the
be getting
shawl,
this
if
fun
you
tote
have
bag,
it,
this
this would
new
be a good
project bag,
stash buster.
and some fun
Oh, sure.
stickers and little fold over tags.
I feel like it doesn't
to make
like.
your
I was
mystery
expecting like
knit-along
8
experience
skeins of
extra
yarn.
special.
No.
So we just love
I was
putting these
expecting
kits together
5.
for you, and can't wait to see you on the kit launch, September 2nd,
That means-
4 p.m. Amsterdam time,
I mean,
and
if
I'll
you
put
break
all
it
of those
down,
links down below. So
Which,
you can
I mean, it probably is not going to end up like
see
that.
what
but
time zone that
you would
is, where
be
you
knitting
are,
about
and get
100
excited
brands of yarn
to
a
go on
week.
another mystery knitting adventure together. Can't wait. Geogradient shawl. I'll see you in October.
I'm just going to cry.
I am
So
gonna
fun.
cry. This
Okay.
is gonna be awful.
So what are you thinking?
Okay, so I was like, okay, I could do greens, I can do blues. I may do green to blue gradient.
That would be really pretty.
I feel like those are the colors I like. I wear a lot of black.
We have some really pretty greens and blues too.
I don't think I'd wear purple as much. Green and blue, I feel like I have more, because I also wear more browns and things like that to go with my hair. And even a gray, the green blue would look good with a gray.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm thinking right now. So
I'm thinking, I was in love with a set that I dyed. It was we got little girls running. So the mini set that we did for our last fundraiser.
okay.
I loved those pink colors that I dyed.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking those,
Oh,
but then
fun.
so one of because there was a 4th pink skein that I dyed up. And then we decided that 2 of the colors were too close together.
Yeah.
So we pulled one out.
Oh,
But I'm thinking if I did that one, but like more of the creamy, like super light
yeah.
as my first. And then I did that other gradient that we had included in the set.
Yes.
I would love that.
That would be really cute on
I
you.
think I'm going to do that.
So we have 2 different things we're going with. She's going more pinks. I'm going green to blue. You're doing more of a true light to dark gradient with one color. I want to. Well,
it's more than color.
But no, you're doing like.
We're gonna reveal it anyways because we're gonna do a dye with me. So I will tell you guys how I dyed that one up. I'm not. I mean, we don't have it anymore. We might still have it.
No, we're sold out. We've been sold out for a while.
I like that one. That was I think that was my favorite mini set that we've ever created. Sorry if the camera's shaking.
We have little girls running to and fro.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so we're gonna have to figure. We're gonna try some things with yours.
Okay.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna try. Okay.
You can help. I don't care.
I want to help, but like, ooh, sorry, that was a bad shake because I put my hands on the table.
I don't care about the dyeing part. I want a couple. I'll tell you what colors I want, and you figure them out.
I'll show you what I'm thinking. I will show you what I'm thinking.
Okay.
It's gonna be real pretty. All right, so we're gonna leave you guys with that suspense. I'm sorry for the feet running that I'm sure you could hear and the shaking of the camera from the running. But
we are excited to start dyeing up these colors.
I'm excited.
I
could dye mine up. I already know.
You could, and I'll just come over sometime next week, and you can dye with me. So you can just record yours at any time you want.
I'm gonna dye them up a minis and make sure that's what I want.
Sure.
I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow because I'm excited. And I could use the minis for my socks.
There you go.
It's the same base.
Socks suck, well. And I hate them.
Or I could do strappy socks with that, or.
Then you can use all mine too.
Oh, I could. I don't want to dye yours though. Oh, that's the problem. But
you cannot dye mine, but we can talk about it. You can dye it while I'm over here.
Because I actually want to use two of the colors for our Christmas mini set.
Okay.
I really like dyeing mini sets, so I'm just gonna keep doing it because it brings me joy and I like it.
And we sold out of our last time, so people buy them.
I really do like it. And so, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed our reactions. I don't know. But we will see you guys next week for hey, give me
You
1 second, I'm
have
almost done.
your Yarnable, so I will not be
Yarnable.
on next week.
We could. Sorry, we have a lot going on right now. I do
Figure
have
it out.
Yarnable, but those are like a 5-minute long video.
I like the cooking videos because I get to eat food.
I could combine those weeks.
I don't care what you
I'm
do.
thinking out loud now, which is never a good idea.
Our kids are in track right now, so we have an extra hour when we're free. Hang out.
All right, so we will see you guys next week for some sort of episode, or on Friday when I post the podcast that we recorded yesterday.
Lots of things, guys. Lots of
All the
things.
All right.
Right.
Oh, let us know if you're participating in the Make-Along this year.
Find a friend to force you.
Yeah,
Or force a friend.
Yeah, it's always fun. And then you can like text every day. This is how I get. So she has to text me when she's done with the workout, and then I'll feel motivated to work out. Then I have to text her when I'm knitting and be like, "Hey, I'm knitting. Did you get to this part yet?" And then maybe it'll.
And I'll just send her the middle finger emoji. No, I'm just kidding.
No, she's not.
I'm not.
But it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. I'm excited to take everyone along with us for this.
We'll just have like random videos. I'll just like FaceTime you and we can record that.
I could.
Because we don't want to
did
see
learn
each
how to-
other.
I think I learned how to do that. We see each other.
And I have every day for pickup.
We'll figure this out though. But anyways, let us know if you're participating in this year's Make-Along. Let us know which set was your favorite. Clearly, I like the pinks, and I'm going to go with that route.
I like purples and greens and blues.
She's all over the place.
No, they're all the warm colors. So, but let us know which ones you're thinking of.
And all the other fun stuff. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out our channel a lot with just this small thing. Sorry about the yelling again. All right, we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.